we will perform the experiment to find the torque speed characteristics of the DC servo motor. Okay, DC servo motor is generally used in the control system applications where the appreciable amount of shaft power is required. Okay, the DC motors are more efficient than the two-phase AC servo motors. Okay, the DC motors have separately excited fields as shown in the on the kit. We can see here it is the armature control motor. Okay, the field is fixed. We are varying the armature. Okay, so they are either armature control with a fixed speed or field control with the fixed armature current. For example, the DC motors use in the instruments, they generally have the fixed permanent magnet field and the control signal is applied to the armature terminals. Okay, here we can see here the fixed field is there and the armature is supplied with the control signal. Okay, so in this case we have to have the kit like this. There is a DC power supply we are giving to the armature of the DC servo motor. Field is fixed and therefore we are going to perform this experiment. Okay, so the motor is mounted at bottom as shown in the kit and the motor shaft is fitted with a pulley of radius r is equal to 3 centimeter. Okay, then the two spring balances are there, one pivoted at one end and other with adjustable tension torque is there. We can see by knob K are fitted on the stand to provide the variable load on the motor. We can put the variable load on the motor and by adjusting knob K the load on the motor can be changed. Okay, so variable DC supply is provided internally as acts as an armature voltage supply and its adjusted speed control pot meter. Okay, ammeter is to be connected in series with the armature voltage supply as shown in the figure and we have connected it with the wire. Ammeter is connected in series with the armature supply voltage and directly reads the armature current I. Okay, so the procedure is keeping the spring tension knob at the minimum tension position. So this is at the minimum tension position and spin control pot at the most anti-clockwise position. Speed control pot is the most anti-clockwise position. Make the power on the okay, we have made the power on. Put the read cal switch to the calibration position and adjust the calibration pot to get the 500 rpm. Okay, so we have adjusted it. It is a 500 rpm and again once it is calibrated, again throw back this switch to the read position. Okay, and now do not change his read position throughout the experiment. Okay, as we have connected the ammeter in series, we also require the multimeter for measuring the voltage across this. We have also connected the voltmeter across the armature terminals. Means we have connected here the multimeter to measure the voltage across the armature terminal of the motor. Okay, adjust the speed pot, say 1000 rpm. Now we have to adjust this 1000 rpm. We have adjusted the speed at 1000 rpm and now we have to measure the tension T1, T2 and speed and the armature current. Okay, so gradually we have to increase the load on the motor. We are increasing the load on the motor in proper step by adjusting knob K. of the spring balance. Okay, now we have increased the load on the motor. So this is a T1. Okay, this is T2, and again we have to measure the speed of the motor, and we have to measure the armature. Okay, so here we have increased the load, so the speed is reduced as well, at the same time current is increased. Okay, so T1 we can take the maximum value here. T1 is 100 kg, and this is the 75. Okay, so T1 100 and this is 75, and your speed is reduced, so that is a okay, supply is gone. So in this way, just by increasing the load on the motor, okay, what will happen? The speed will reduce and the current will increase. So we have to take the four readings, that is T1, T2, speed, armature current. Okay, in this way we have to take the readings, and we have to plot the graph of the torque versus speed. So torque will get, how we can find a torque? That is the difference of this tension into the radius of the pulley. Radius of the pulley is 3 centimeter. Okay, so T1 minus T2 into 3, that will be the torque, and we have to again require the speed. Speed is we are calculating from this. So torque speed characteristics we can draw from this. Okay. Characteristics, this is a back EMF versus speed. Now here we have to measure the back EMF, that is the voltage across this armature terminal, and the speed we are measuring here. Okay, so keep the speed at this spot most anti-clockwise. This is the most anti-clockwise position. Okay, now we have to measure the voltage and armature current and speed. Slowly increase the armature voltage. Now we are increasing this armature voltage. Okay, now I have increased the armature voltage, so the speed is increased. At the same time current is also increased, it is a 0.2 ampere. Now this speed is 750, sorry, it is 250. Okay, half of the 500, 250, and the current is remains now constant because we have not put any load on the machine. Okay, we have to just measure the speed and we have to measure the back EMF. So back EMF is we are measuring on the multimeter. Okay, slowly increase the voltage across the motor, so the speed will increase. Okay, as the speed is proportional to the voltage, so here the speed is increased. Current will not change because we are not going to load the machine. Okay, because we are interested here only the back EMF and back EMF and the speed of the machine. Okay, now again increase the speed, so it is a 750. Speed is increased by increasing the voltage, but the current is remains same because we are going to draw the characteristic between the speed and back EMF. Back EMF is increasing. Okay, it is now 13.41. If you increase further speed, suppose this is 1000 rpm, the speed is 16.25 volt. So okay, in this way we have to measure here the armature voltage, the current flowing through the armature, then speed of the machine, and these three parameters we have to measure, and from this we have to calculate the angular velocity, that is omega, it is a 2 pi n by 60, and from that we have to calculate the back EMF. So back EMF is nothing but the voltage across this armature minus the armature drop, that will give you the back EMF. Okay, so in this way we will get the back EMF, and we have got the speed. From this back EMF and speed we can draw the back EMF versus the speed characteristics. Okay, so the reading will be shared to you. Okay, for different by varying the speed control plot, we will change the supply voltage to the armature. Accordingly, the voltage across the armature will also change, the speed will also change, and from that we have to calculate the back EMF, and from back EMF and the speed we can draw these characteristics. Okay, so the characteristics we have to draw on the graph paper, and some questions are also asked about this experiment at the end of this experiment. The questions will be are there in the manual. Okay, manual will be shared to you. Okay, the readings will also be shared. Complete this experiment in all respects, graph papers, conclusions, results. Okay, thank you very much.